Hi, this is Garrett Todd. This video is going to show you how to locate your Google Website Optimizer JavaScript code and how to properly install it. There are two ways of going about this that you'll learn inside of Website Optimizer. Number one is you can actually tell it that you're going to have your webmaster take care of it for you, and it will provide you a link that you can send them, and then basically it gives them all the instructions they need to complete the tasks. And the second way to do it is manually. If you're kind of a go-getter and do it yourself, there's a manual way, and I will show you that now. You may either log into your Website Optimizer account or connect to it directly from your Google AdWords account, which is a lot easier because you can keep track of everything in one dashboard, including your Google Analytics, shown here. But also under the Tools and Analysis tab, the fourth one down is Website Optimizer. Go ahead and click that one. It will take you to your experiment. If you haven't set one up yet already, the first page will just ask you about creating a new experiment. I've already done so, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of join it midstream here and show you how to actually add the codes. So I'm going to click on Continue Setup, and first thing you'll notice here is that I've already named the experiment and identified my pages. The second step, which is kind of asking me now, is how to install. Which way do I want to install and validate these JavaScript tags that have to go on my website so Google can actually see what's going on behind the scenes. The first one listed here is Your Webmaster will install and validate JavaScript tags. So go ahead and click that radio button. Below it will reveal a link to the instructions that you need for your webmaster. Go ahead and click on that and then right click and copy it. And then what you can do is you can just simply email that to your webmaster. A couple of important things here down the page, and that is the installation status. So as soon as you send this link above to your webmaster, you can come back to this page at any time and check status, and go ahead and click that button. You can see Google will go onto the internet and check to see if they're there. If they are there in the proper place, you will get a green check mark saying this process is complete, and then you can move on to finishing and then launching the experiment. This is a good place to see if it is completed by your webmaster. If the webmaster contacts you back and says it's done, you also want to come back here and check status, because if it's not installed properly, then you will not get a green check mark to go ahead. So in any event, you have to click that just to make sure everything's properly installed. A good webmaster, of course, will get this right, and the directions will be included in the link that's shown above. So as you can see, I copied the link and go ahead and put that in an email and shoot that out to them. Also, besides the check status, over to the right is a save progress and finish later. So if you're going to go ahead and do that, once you send out that link to your webmaster, go ahead and click save progress and finish later. This will get you right back to the spot that you left off after your webmaster contacts you and says that his job is done and he has installed the codes correctly. Again, I will go back here by continuing setup, and you'll see that you're back here. Google's automatically checking to make sure that they're there. Of course, it hasn't been installed yet, but when you save progress for later, then it'll always bring you back to the spot where you finished off, so you won't get confused as to where you were. Next, I'd like to show the people who actually do the coding themselves behind the scenes. This one's a little bit more involved because it will be a kind of a step-by-step of what we need to do to make this happen for your split testing optimization campaign. Again, we're going to go right into the second step in the process, which I've already identified, named the pages here, so that's been done. And now I'm going to install and validate those tags. Instead of clicking the first radio button, I'm going to click the second radio button, and that's going to let Google know that I'm the one who's going to install these. Okay. Once you're done there, you can go ahead and click continue. Over to the right out of the screen is also the save progress and finish later link. I point this out again because it's really important to make sure you're saving your progress. At any time you want to walk away, just like you would in Word or Excel, you kind of want to save often just in case something were to happen. A crash in the computer, a phone call distracts you, something's going to happen. Just click that save progress and finish later button anytime you feel like it, and just to make sure that you have your information saved. And of course, you can always just click continue setup and it'll take you right back to where you were without any problem. Now back to the campaign itself. You will install and validate the JavaScript tags yourself. I'm going to hit continue. If I recall correctly, the first time I actually used this page was a little intimidating. I felt a little dizzy as to all the information that was on this page. Rest assured, it's a little cleaner than it used to be, and it should be fairly simple. All you have to do is the one thing I learned in college: just follow directions. Okay, so it cost me 35 grand to learn one thing from college. It was learn how to follow directions, and this page, never more was it true. So you can see I'm in step 2, and I've chosen to do it myself, the new A/B experiment that I'm running. The nice thing to remember here is Google's organized them in numbers. So the original page that you've set up, 1, is here, and all the information that is required for it, nothing more. Below, variation 2 page, this is the test page that you're going to use. So nothing more than all the information you'll need there, the link and the code. And then the conversion page, which is the page you want people to land and count a conversion, where, you know, say they fill a form in or make a purchase, the page after that event happens, they click submit or click purchase. The next page, the conversion page, is where this is going to go, and number 3 is only this information and nothing more. I want to show you on the bottom of this page, before we actually get into this, there's a validate pages link here, okay? And once we add all this code to each page, that its appropriate page, you will click this validate pages button, and Google will automatically look to make sure that code is properly installed online. Okay, so you can clearly see I haven't done anything yet, and I hit validate, and Google's saying, look, red flags everywhere, nothing's set up right, your original page, your variation page, and your conversion page have errors on them. Basically, that just means the code's either not there or not in the right place. In this case, it's not there. Conversely, though, once it is properly installed, all these will check mark green and say everything's good to go, successful, and validated. That's how you know if your experiment is ready for preview and launch onto the internet. This is a very important step that's not to be missed, the validate pages step. Okay, so I might offer at this point to have your HTML pages open in whatever WYSIWYG program you're using, because we're going to need to copy and paste that code and put it into your website. If you've used HTML before, this should be fairly simple. It's just a matter of where to put it. So our established original page here, number 1, is the original, and it's called vitruvianway.com. Google took everything into consideration and created this, and I can simply click on it, and it will highlight all the code for me automatically. I'll simply right click and copy, and now it's in my clipboard. And what I want to do is I want to paste the following script immediately after the opening head tag of my original page's source code. So only this page, vitruvianway.com, will receive this code. I want to be clear about that. If you need more information, you can hover here and get a link to the installation guide for A/B tests, but it should be fairly simple. Click here to select, right click copy, and then go ahead to your HTML page itself and paste it in there. What this should look like here's a classic HTML page, the code behind it. The second line, the third line here is my head. Okay, so what I did was I basically selected the fourth line, or right after the tag, and I pasted in Google Website Optimizer tracking script located in green here. Okay, and then the end of that script is right here, end of Google Website Optimizer tracking script. So you kind of know it's in the right place because it's directly after the head tag. Okay, again, the main way to know if it's in place though is that validate button on the bottom of this page that you're going to want to click. Now your second page should be open as well, your variation page, the one we're going to test, the alternate page, and that is vitruvianway.com/test page that I'm using in this example. Again, this code will only go for this link, and we're going to paste this script immediately after the opening head tag on this variation page. So I click that, I right click and copy it, and then again on that page only after the head tag do I paste this code in here. And finally we're going to scroll down to the conversion page where we want to add the code to our conversion page. vitruvianway.com/conversion page. For this page only gets this JavaScripting, which I click, highlight, copy, and paste. This one also, even though it's the conversion script, it also goes after the opening head tag. So All three of these, even though the script codes are different, they all go in the same place, right after the opening head tag of the source code. Again, after you have those all installed, you can go ahead and click Validate Pages, and you will either get the red or the green. Of course, the green is everything's good to go, and if you get red, it will tell you exactly where your problem's at. Go ahead in there and try to figure out if you pasted a code wrong, cut a tag off somewhere. Usually it's just a very simple mistake if it's not going through. Oh, by the way, make sure you, when you've made the changes and pasted in these codes, make sure you upload your HTML page to your server, because Google's actually not looking on your computer where you've made the change. It's actually looking on the internet or the cloud where the page resides. So if you haven't uploaded it and you're getting an error and you think you've done everything right, make sure you upload your new pages, save them, upload them to where Google is going to look on the internet to validate those pages, okay? Once that's done, you're going to go ahead and click Continue and move on to the next step in the process. You can also click Save, Progress, and Finish Later, this link in the corner. Again, you'll start right back off where you left off. And this concludes the installing your JavaScript code for Google Website Optimizer. This has been Garrett Todd. Thank you.